It's the Miss Knockout Show, we on the airwaves. So like, if I, share if I, bless if I, the flow. It's the Miss Knockout Show. Now you already know. Hot topics, music, info, and more. If you ain't tapped in, what you came here for? MKO got the vibe, that's a full takeover. From beats to biz talk, yeah, the queen stay in clover. Trending every lane, I'm the glow you can't block. When I drop gems, whole chat goes shock. We don't do brokeify, now we amplify. Stay blessed if I let the energy fly. Hit that tap if I keep it all in the flow. Cause it's the Miss Knockout Show. Knockout Show. Hot topics, beats and the glow. You rockin' with Miss Knockout. Let's go. Let's fuck.
Twitteration. Yeah, I said that. So we're all across the platforms. So how's everybody doing today? What's up with y'all? Did your week go? The week went quick. I find myself saying this very quickly. Every time I say the week went quick, the week went quick. And it's telling me that, wow, it's like going quick, ain't it? Ain't it going quick out here in these doggone USA streets? It's just so much going on. By the time you look all around, I got to get some of the shine on my face. Ooh, greasy. Well moisturized. It's just well moisturized, y'all. But it comes off on the camera as being greasy, easy. Hey, Teresa, what's up with you? Everybody, come on in. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. Up. We didn't have our webcam on. Okay, everybody. Welcome to the Miss Knockout Show. How's everybody doing today? There I am. Everybody, welcome to the Miss Knockout Show. How is everybody doing today? Welcome. We're going to have a good old time today. I see everybody coming in. What's up? Isabel Sanchez is on the other side. If you got two deviceifications, go on over to the other side, to the Y, to the tubesy, and give me some views over there, because we're trying to build it up, We don't want to keep it. And plus, I want y'all to have something that y'all can watch back. Right? So you could go to my YouTube, to the OP, and my F to the big C's, and my Twitter. Hey, I'm trying to get this on the speaker, and you could go watch the replays, okay? I don't know if everybody knew that. So if you don't know, now you know. All right? Everybody come on in. I like to call this Junior Friday. I call Thursday Junior Friday, because Thursday is the lead up to Friday. And Friday is when we get it popping to get it on. But the weekend goes so quick, then we're back at Monday, and then boom, it's Junior Friday again. So what's that telling us? All that is telling us is that life is short. Life is real short, everybody. You have to live life to the fullest. Don't worry about what anybody says. If you believe in it, you do it. All right? And that's what it is. If you believe in it, you do it. Now, if everybody is telling you you suck and it's whack, then maybe you need to rethink it, right? But, everybody got opinions about stuff. Everybody got opinions about stuff, right? And but if you like doing it, then you believe in it. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in it, then you do it. And that's the word of the day. Because sometimes people make an opinion on something, but suppose you talk to 10 people, right? And 9 of those people is like, oh wow, that's great, Knockout, we love your song, right? And then one person says, I don't like your song, it's outdated, right? Well, you got to weigh your opinion factor. So 9 people said that they love it, and one person didn't like it, and that's always going to be in life. If 9 people said it sucked and one person said it like it, then yeah, I'm going to rethink stuff. But if one person says, oh, it's dated or whatever, and then 9 people say, oh no, this is the bomb, this is radio, this is that, then you got to rock and roll with your feeling. Pros and cons, exactly. Exactly. You got to rock and roll with your correct feelings, because it's been many times, and I tell a story all the time about what somebody told me about the song Laffy Taffy. They said they sent that song around. What's up, Trish? They sent the song all around. People were laughing and they were calling it corny and they were saying this and they were saying that. And then the next thing you know, the song was on the radio and we couldn't get rid of it. Now, I thought the song was I thought the song was catchy. I thought it was like a little novelty song, right? But I was looking at everybody's comments talking about how the song was whack and it's garbage. And then you look up and all of a sudden, Laffy Taffy is playing on every radio station. It's charting. They're playing it in the clubs. So it goes to tell you about how you got to weigh people's opinions about you and how you got to not let people, or as they say, one monkey don't stop no show. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing anything in life, whether you're running a business, whether you're getting your life together, whatever you're doing, don't let one person's opinion sway you from where you got to go. Because at the end of the day, even if my song does make it on the radio, there's always going to be somebody sitting there saying, I don't like that song, man. Why do you keep playing it over and over? I don't like it. And that's just how life is. That's how life is. All right, y'all. So we're going to get it in and get it on today and talk about some hot topics. And also, another thing I want to say is my Instagram. I'm going to keep my Instagram, I to the Jeezy, we might say. We're going to keep my I to the Jeezy all about music, because I don't want people to get the wrong picture of me, right? So I'm going to preserve my I to the Jeezy for the music, right? And I'll repost my streams here, on TikTok, because I don't want people to look at my Instagram and, I'm definitely not an activist. I'm nowhere near activist. Oh, hell no. No, no, no. I'm a music artist and also a journalist that streams on social media. That's what I am. I'm nowhere near activist, nor do I want to be an activist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I'm an activist. An activist is militant. They're out there. They have protests. I don't like going to protests. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to no protests. I stay my behind home on you. Right? We don't go to no protests, baby. And that's where all the activists is at the protests. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so people won't get the wrong picture of me, right? I'm gonna keep my IG about music, and then I'll do all my clips and stuff from my live stream, because I was putting my clips from my live stream from my StreamYard automatically makes clips, something like a Opus clips, right? So I was taking it and I was clicking all the buttons, of course, because you could post it at all social media at one time. And I included Instagram in that. And by me doing that, it pushed my music down. So now people went to my live and they looked and they see all the clips from the live stream, right? Oh, no, I'm not an activist. No, so I don't want that depiction of me. I'm not no activist. I'm somebody who's been doing music since 16. I have a lot of experience, a lot of history in music. And I thought I'd make a song since everything is so brain dead and high school bushes like the yellow bus rap I call it. I figure I made a song that's a feel good song. Like Faith Evans, like Mary J. Blige, like all these people that made that music that make you want to get up and dance. You're so far from being an actor. Yeah, I'm not an activist. So somebody in music went to my Instagram and they said, "Oh, she's a Mac activist. Or maybe we could send some of her music to the schools." And I'm like, "Huh? Oh, hell no. I definitely don't want to be labeled as an activist. I'm far from an activist. I talk about the war and certain things that going on, but I really don't like talking about politics. But I got to talk about politics because that man whose name that starts with a T, he just don't stop with the effery. And people got to know what's going on, so I report on it. I don't even like talking about politics, but I do it because it's popular. You know what I'm saying? Politics is popular, so I do it. So, all that's to say is one valuable lesson I learned on this is I took all my live stream posts off my Instagram. I'll be only posting about music there, or if I have a little something to say or whatever. Otherwise, it'll be my clips will be on TikTok, you know. And I don't know about Facebook and other places, but I don't want these industry people to get confused, right? And think that I'm some activist, which I'm like, oh my God. It's nothing like people getting a whole wrong picture of you. It's like they're saying you're one thing, but the whole world knows, different about you. It's just like a very you gotta fix. I say I gotta fix that. All right. So you can find everything music on my I to the Jeezy. All right. Are you real and just being you? Yeah. You know, somebody, see, somebody in the industry, they looked at my page and they said, "Oh, she's an activist." No, I'm a music artist who does content creation, and I'm a journalist that streams. Definitely not an activist. I talk about all the subjects that's viral and people are talking about today, news, court cases. I don't go out. I don't protest. I don't venge against the system. No. I mean, shout out to all the activists, you know, but I definitely that's not my lane. But shout out to all the people that do it, and do a great job at it. I like watching them, but I don't want to be one. You know what I'm saying? No, no. All right, so we're gonna get into some stuff today. Welcome to the Miss Knockout Show. Everybody tapify, everybody shareify. All right, everybody repost, repost, repost. All right. So we're gonna get into some hot topics today. I hope everybody's week is the week is going so quick and it's going by like zoom, 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 zoom. I'm trying to get this on Bluetooth so y'all can hear yourself. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it'll come through. So we're gonna do some stories today. Everybody come on through. Come on through. Hold on. What? Let me pull my notes up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. So everybody come on in. So we talked about Nancy Guthrie a lot, right? And it seems like they're just like, I don't know what they're doing with that case or how they're investigating it, but however they're doing it, it's not flying, and we ain't buying, and it's not flying. You know what I'm saying? It is like, I don't know. It's like they're investigating it, but they're not investigating it. It's like, you know, I don't know. They need to speed it up or something, right? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I gotta unplug something. Everybody, come on in. They gotta speed it on up. It's like, come on. All right, we got to plug this in. Oh, I think that was the keyboard. Oops. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I had to fix something. All right, so that was the keyboard. So that case is moving really slow. Okay, but we're gonna go into mainly talking about and giving you update. Yeah, it's taking too long, and I feel like whoever did this was very experienced. They knew what they were doing. I don't feel like they knew the house for the simple fact that they went and got those shrubs and put it over the lens of the camera, right? If they were somebody who knew the family, they would have knew that the camera was there, and they would have brought a piece of paper or something to cover it with. They wouldn't have been caught out there by surprise like that, right? So that let me, I don't know, everybody else is saying, oh, they knew them. Oh, it must be somebody that was nearby or whatever, allegedly, right? But that's why I don't feel like that, because they ran and got shrubs. That means they did something at the last minute, right? I'm trying to get this thing talking, y'all. So we'll check back in on that. There it goes. We'll check back on that when they get some updates going. All right. But the Iran and the war is going on right now. I always come to the tail end of the broadcast. Welcome, Shauna. Right, let's see who's here. We got Samantha, we got Deshaun, we got Kayla, we got Aileen, we got Clitz, we got Miss D, we got Baby Kim, we got Jelly, we got Andrea, we got Jerry G, we got Shauna B, we got Annette, we got Sunshine, we got Maria Turner, we got Roy, we got LV, we got Honey, we got Joyce, we got It's Just Me, we got The Real Leo, we got Lynn Zombie, we got Granny Boo, we got Churchy, we got Cynthia, we got Doria, we got Marsha Trager, we got God is Great, Darinka, we got Camille, we got Auntie, we got Cam, we got the Tiffany, and we got Virgie Vanley in the building. Everybody give yourself a warm round of applause. Welcome to the Miss Knockout Show. I just wanted to do a long and extensive roll call. We got good energy. Thank you so much. Good energy. Hey, what's up? House Music for Life is in the building. What's up? All right. So now we're going to go into some more updates. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull up my note. Hey, thank you so much. Sleeping Bud is here. What's up? Hold on. Versus US. Let me pull my notes up. Hold up, y'all. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go over these war updates. The man that starts with a T. He went down the road. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, Sleeping Butt. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here, Sleeping Butt. You funny. Yeah, welcome to the chat. Yeah, thank you so much, John. Welcome everybody to the Miss Martha. Now the war is going on in Iran, and the man, unless you've been on Iraq, you would see that the man that starts with a T went down the street and went somewhere where we don't need to be. And that rhyme, even though I didn't it, but I'm a lyricist, so that's what we do. We make stuff rhyme without us even thinking about it. So he went down the road. He went down the road messing with those people, right? He went down the road. He's messing with those people. Now those people, for the record, they ain't too nice. Got the talented. Everything's all a legend in Miss Knockout's line, right? They got the Taliban, and they do terroristification stuff. So they ain't no angels, right? But did they initiate this? No. is the man whose name starts with a T. We don't like to talk about what we're forced to talk about because there's so many reports on everything that he does. You can't get away from it, right? So you keep antics that war is yet another antic that man of a T does. Right? Now we got a lot of military action going on. We got our young kids being drafted. Okay, that's another story. We might talk about that a little later. All right. 17 hours ago, the U.S. Iran rejects U.S. proposal to end war. What is that telling us? What is that telling us? All right. Now let me play this real quick. Before we go into these broad things, I want to play this real quick, right? Because evidently there's some talk going on, right? That our head, we want to end it. Energy. Hold on now. All right, so you got the talking up. It comes naturally to you. Yes, thank you. So sorry, y'all. Poking the bear. I had to get the talking out. So on good morning, sis. Good morning to you. You talking my life. You want to take the cliz out. A top gifter, a super fan, or a moderator. All right. That's who talks in my live. You could join the super fan by clicking the orange heart right there and join the super fan for a month. And I promise we will have some super fan only live soon and super fan only post soon. And because I'll be putting all my clips over here, not on Instagram no more, because I don't want people calling me an activist. No. And I'll be putting in Discord. All right. I'll posting in Discord. So make sure you join the Discord. And in case you got anything to say, send to me. It's safest and you can send anything through the Discord. So that's the best way to get in contact with me. The Instacord or my I to the Jeezy, which is all in my link tree. Because I want to hear stories that y'all come across too. Thank you, Red. Let me set the gift gallery. Okay, so while I'm setting the gift gallery, let's go into this. So the USA is making their little offers to Iran to say, hey, maybe we should stop this because, the things that's blowifying up in New York, like the EpiPen files. I need to go back and I got to go and concentrate on hiding my name in the EpiPen files. Can't do that because I got to concentrate on the war. I don't want to concentrate on the war no more. So they send their little demands, and Iran is why? Because they're mad. You went down the road, you mess with those people. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me put it on speaker. Down the road,
quoting top officials saying that it will end the war and laying out 5 missions Tehran wants men.
You heard what Iran said? Iran said that they're going to end the war when they feel they need to do something. That made them so mad and disrupted their life. Everything else missing. Thank you, everybody. Get your orange heart. Get your orange heart, everybody. We got 43 people in here. Let's put some hashtags. Let's share it to everybody. At least 10 to 15 people. Let's repost it. Put me in the story. Let's push Miss Knockout out because the clock surely ain't. I don't know what's going on with the clock, but the clock ain't clocking. So we got to clock the clock. Okay? We got to clock the clock. So everybody, let's see some hashtags. That's the hashtag sign and a word. Hot topics, Miss Knockout, the war, Iran. Hashtag whatever you think that the nosy people are going to want to see. All right? You laughing at me, Sleepy? Anything you think the man wants to see, hashtag it. All right? So everybody come on in. Welcome. How's everybody doing? All right, so I gotta plug. Hold on, y'all. I gotta plug my thing in because it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, so everybody, we're gonna take a look at this clip. All right, we're gonna take a look at this clip, and I want everybody to like take heed to this because they're not accepting they're not buying what we're selling. Okay, so now let's look at this. We'll listen.
After President Trump touted progress in reported talks with the country, suggesting both sides were close to a deal. But the fighting is escalating. The IDF says it's still striking targets across Iran, including 2 sites that were allegedly used to produce naval cruise missiles. ABC's foreign correspondent Tom Sophie-Burge is in Tel Aviv and joins me now. Tom, great to see you. What is Iran demanding in order to even consider an end to this war?
Yes, Stephanie, I don't think we know the specifics of what Iran is demanding in Given the fact that we had negotiations before this war at the end of February and before the 12-day war back in the summer, I think we have a fair idea. I mean, Iran, in terms of its maximalist demands, wants the US to decommission, leave its US bases in the Gulf. No chance of President Trump agreeing to that. It also wants relief from sanctions. I think more than anything this time around, though, given the rhetoric coming out of Tehran, is that the Iranians are looking for some kind of guarantee that would mean that the US and Israel will not attack Iran once again if there were to be a deal. But there's lots of this right now. I mean, there's no real sign that the maximalist demands on the US side and the Iranian side before the war could be reconciled this time around, given what's happened over the last 3.5 weeks. And there's a lot of confusion. I mean, if you take the Iranian position today, on Iranian state TV, an Iranian official is quoted rejecting this 15-point plan that, according to 2 US officials, the US administration has passed to the Iranians via the Pakistanis, who are acting as mediators. But at the same time, we had the spokesperson for the Iranian Foreign Ministry going on Indian TV saying that talks aren't happening at all and that US diplomacy can't be trusted.
Tom, let's talk about the Strait of Hormuz. It appears to be a major sticking point for Iran. What is Tehran saying about what it would take to reopen that critical shipping passage?
Well, I mean, according to a senior Israeli security official that we spoke to, Israel is working on the premise that Iran has laid naval mines into the Strait of Hormuz. It's a very, very narrow stretch of water, a critical waterway in terms of key exports, oil and gas, but other very vital exports for the world's economy, like fertilizers. Look, the Iranians certainly, that is certainly part of the negotiation. That is their trump card in all this. The fact that they have the stranglehold on the Strait of Hormuz. Look, the US military definitely has been carrying out strikes on positions along that coastline. And we, on a briefing today, spoke to the IDF and challenged them on to what extent those operations have competed to diminish Iran's capabilities to fire at vessels if there was going to be any kind of push by the US and vessel. But look, I think what the senior Israeli security official was emphasizing, need much military capability to effectively hold the world's economy to ransom by basically holding that strait. A few naval mines in the water can cause absolute havoc to ships. And if one ship were to be blown up, that senior Israeli security official told us, then it would cause havoc with energy prices again and with the global economy in general.
Wow. Got a pile of clothes you never wear anymore?
See that?
Turn them into cash with Vinted. Snap a photo, list your item.
You see that? So they don't want to accept the US's offer right now.
An escalation trap, that is where our next guest says the United States is headed in its Iran war. Robert Pape is a professor of political science and an expert on global security, who argues that the major decapitation of Iran's leadership, including raising the specter of a ground war. And he joins Hari Srinivasan to discuss the difference between the initial tactical success and long-term success.
Rashawn, thanks. Robert Pape, welcome back to the program. You recently launched a Substack called The Escalation Trap. First of all, what does that mean?
The escalation trap, or set of frameworks I've been developing for 30 years. I started developing these when I talked to you to help people understand what's in the middle between when bombs hit target and a political outcome. Everybody understands that there's military action and then some political end state they want. What is that middle? They're escalation dynamics. It's where politics and the military interact. And that is what is so special about the escalation trap. And in this particular case, when I set it up just before the bombing started in the Iran war, we called it a trap, not just escalation dynamics. And I did that on purpose because I laid out the stages, 1, 2, 3, of the likely escalation trap that we were getting ourselves into. And with each stage, you lose more control. So lose what the escalation trap in stage 1, precision bombs hit targets, kill leaders, but that leads to then strategic failure. Regime becomes more aggressive, more dangerous, don't get the enriched uranium, then double down, regime becomes more aggressive still, takes Hormuz. Now that's stage 1 and stage 2, and I laid that out before the bombs even fell, and here we are. The escalation trap, the teeth.
So he studied and laid this out 30 years before this happened, right? To determine the outcome in case something like this happened. And everything he said in his report is coming into fruition. Let's listen to him out. We're going to go into a lot of other stuff. We got some more updates. Everybody, we need to know about this, right? I don't really like to talk about politics. I want to talk about other stuff and other stories. And we will talk about other stories. But I feel that you need to be informed every day on what's going on with the war. And we do need to pay this attention, even though you're not into politics or, world issues or what's going on. I feel you need to be privy to this because this is serious. He went down the road, messed with some people that's already here, aka sleeper cells. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Wow, look at that cat's dancing on my head. He went down the street. He messed with those people, right? Thank you. Hey, twin. And now we have a problem. Houston, we got a problem. And the problem is growing so big that we have to deploy our young people. I know people who went in the Navy. I'm like, you went in there in the wrong time. You went to the Navy in the wrong time, son. I'm saying, but I'm just saying. If you went in the Army, the wrong time. Some people just go in the Army because they have nowhere else to turn. They need to make money. They had a kid. They can't get a job right now. So they join the Army, but they don't join the Army thinking they're going to be deployed into some war that we don't need to be having. They join the Army to get insurance, to get their family taken care of, to make a little something until they figure stuff out. Am I right? Am I right or wrong? Put a yes or no in the comments. Drop a comment if you agree with that. That most of our kids that join the Navy and the Army, right? Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all making me feel like I should do a battle right now. Should I do a battle right now? I feel like y'all are blessing me so hard. I feel like we should make this count, right? Right? I should do a battle real quick, right? I'll keep doing hot topics, but okay, Charlene said, yeah. Okay, so the next battle comes up, we'll accept it, but I'll mute them and I'll keep doing hot topics, all right? So, he talked about this and researched this 30 years ago, and everything he researched in his plan is coming into fruition. Now, we're going to go into other stuff, but I just want you to hear this. Let's listen.
In a way, stage 1 is alluring, right? If we can achieve our goals from
Thank you, Lizzie.
20,000 feet up,
I'm waiting till another
without
battle
putting a boot on the ground, and go in and out quickly. But how is it automatic that it goes from stage 1 to stage 2? How does the trap kind of get sprung?
What happens is that add to what you just said, which was excellent, one more point, which is you're so confident of success, strategic success, you don't have any backup plan to deal with the, and then it's And really,
so he was so confident that he was going to go over there and be and eat, like they say. He thought he was going to eat it up, right? And he went over there, and now they're challenging him. Now they're giving him a run for his money. Okay, I hope it doesn't come over here. I hope it doesn't come over here either, Samantha. Right? I hope it doesn't come over here either. But we are gonna. I'm waiting for a battle to come up. When I want them to come up, they don't come up. Right? When I don't want them to come up and I want to talk, they come up. But the next battle we want to take, we want to make these gifts worthwhile. Since y'all are blessing me today, right? I want to put it to something constructive. So that's why I'm doing it. But we're going to keep it going while we're doing it. We're going to multitask. You know what I'm saying? So you went down.
Sorry, but they already here just waiting for them to say it's okay to attack.
Exactly. And that's so true. That's so true, Red. So you went over there being a bully that you are, and you thought that they was going to back down. You thought that it was going to be a 1-2, boom, bam, boom. And now they're giving you a run for your money. And now we in some stuff. And why? There's many reasons why I say we're in some stuff, right? And the main reason is number one that comes to my mind on my list is that they are already over here. Iranians are already in the U.S. They ain't got to travel here. They ain't got to come here. They ain't got to make plans and get Airbnbs. They're already here. There's something of what we might call sleeper cells, some people call them. They just sitting here waiting for somebody to get froggy. Now, like I said before, I know everybody wasn't in here when I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. See, we can get to them because we have military bases already over there in Iran, and everything's all alleged. That's why we can get to them. That's why we can bombify them. They can't straight bombify us because they don't have anything here. We don't allow other people, countries, build bases over here like that. Japan don't have a base over here. Africa ain't got no base over here. But in every other country, we got bases over there. So ask yourself, this is a question for you, right? I'm just curious on how y'all would answer this, right? Why do you think that we got bases over every country? We got bases in China, Japan, Iran, Venezuela. We got bases, but nobody has a base in the USA. Nobody has a base.
Cheers around 144.
Japan doesn't have a base over here. Iran doesn't have a base on here. Why do you think that we didn't let nobody build a base over here, but we build bases in every other country? Because we knew, this is my theory, they knew one day that they were going to rise up and dominate. And they've been planning for that. And that's smart of the U.S., not to let nobody build no base here. Am I right or wrong? Do you see any bases for any other countries here? No. But we got a base everywhere. We got people everywhere. And that's why we can physically get to them, because we got bases over there. We could basically fly more planes out, fly more people out, put them on those bases. They can't do that over here. They cannot fly people over here, put people in bases, bombify us. Why? Because the USA was smart in that. The other countries, that's their country. Some kind of a way they could have rose up and say, nah, y'all are not putting bases here. But for some reason, they allowed it. And that's what's not going to work out in their benefit, because we can physically get to them. Now, they can't physically get to us in that sense, but they're angry and they're mad and they want to get to us. But I feel like they really don't want us. I feel like they really don't want us. They want him. You know, the man whose name that starts with a T. They want him. But we are catching strays.
He says we need to pray.
We're catching strays because we are guilty by association, because we live in the new USA, and that's the leader for now, that we are attached to him in some kind of way. But I feel like the other countries know that we ain't all for this. The other countries ain't stupid. They know that we're not all for this. They know that.
There you go.
But knowing that does not exclude us from the effery and the casualties of what is to come. And believe me, I hate to say this, allegedly, my theory is something is going to come and we need to be on alert from it. And that's why I come here, even though I don't do politics. I don't really like talking about politics. Politics make people fight each other. I don't like the Reds against the Blues. I want us to get along as a country first. The Reds and the Blues sound like we in Compton and we gang. And what to do if you gang bang? Like we gang banging. Are we gang banging? Is we gang banging? It's the Reds against the Blues in America. Why is it like that? We need to move as one. We need to move as one right now. We have a crisis going on. We got a lot of the red people, the Republican people, that don't like what the man that starts with a T is doing, even though they're Republicans. It's going too far. Every step of the way, somebody has their limit in which they say on the R side, all right, I got to jump off this train now. Now you're going too far. Everyone has their limit. A lot of them jumped off the train. So even though they carry the label, what's up, Jelly Bean, of being an R word, you know, Republican to 10, they don't agree with what the man that starts with a T is doing. A lot of people come in, I don't got no doggone political party. You know what I'm saying? All of them, for me, all of them got a level of corruptness to them. The Blues got a level to a corruptness to them. The Reds got a level. The reason why I like the Blues better is because they're for the working class people. They're for the people like you that work hard, that go to work every day, that pay your taxes. The Reds are for the rich people. They want to cut the richest taxes. They want to look out for the rich. They want to line their pockets up and keep us poor. So that's the only reason why I lean towards the Dem side, is because they're for the working class people, and that's us. And I don't care if I get become a multi-millionaire, I'll still be out there pumping my fist for a working class person, because I was that most of my life and still is. But I'm just saying, if I happen to reach another plateau, I'll always fight for my working people. But the Red crew, they are for the rich. They're for the billionaires. Therefore, the billionaires not paying taxes, the rich not paying taxes. Therefore, how to make the rich rich by draining the poor. That's what they're for, allegedly, just my opinion. But right now, I feel like we should all work together as one against the things that are wrong in this country, that our kids got to watch, that our kids got to grow up traumatized because of, that our kids are in a war that they don't need to be at. They need to be in college studying or figuring out their life and their career and taking care of their new babies, but they're over here fighting a war that we don't need to be fighting. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Miss D. Thank you. I see Aileen. I say, whoever dropped me that just now, thank you. Thank you for the heart me, SC. You know what I'm saying? I got to change it.
Because they want to not have anything so they can control us.
Right. And that's what I feel when you say that, right? That's how I feel this regime, and I am going to call it a regime because they're operating like a regime. But that's what they are looking to do, is to make the working people who pay their taxes every day, that's paying billions of dollars for this war that's going on, right? I feel like they want to make them powerless so that the rich can take over this country. It's already the rich getting rich and the poor getting poorer. How much more do you want? How much more do you want? How much more than you want? Okay? So let's listen. Okay, now I hate to do this. I hate to do this, but tell me if I'm right. In order to understand what's going on right now, I have to pull up the man that starts with a T, because he did some talking. Now, do I want to pull up the man that starts with a T? I don't want to even see his face right now on my screen. But in order to educate the people, I have to pull up the man that starts with a T, because listening to him talk is going to give you a full picture going forward in this broadcast. As I present, I'm going to talk about stuff too, because I got my own notes. You know, Miss Knockout, I show videos, but yesterday, remember, I have my own notes about everything. Aileen be like, "You're so smart, Knockout." Everything that we talk about, I have my own notes. So I play the videos, I get other people's take on it, I get the visuals for y'all, and then I give you my take with my notes. All right? So now, this is a kind of a long video. We're not going to go into all this video, but we're going to listen to some of it, right? And I want you to listen to the man that starts with a T, right? Because listening to him, we're going to get his view of this thing that we going on. We're going to get his view, right? And getting his view is going to tell you, and when I play the other parts that I'm going to play, a lot of where this warification is going. If I don't play his view, because I got to be fair, if I don't play his view, we're not going to get the whole picture. All right? So everybody, we on Y to the TZ, where everybody drops something. I'm waiting to get another battle. It won't come up. But if we get another battle, I'll mute them and I'll continue talking. So don't worry. We're going to multitask. All right? Because I want y'all to blessing me so hard. I want it to go to something. Let's see if we can look for somebody. Let's look for somebody before we get into it. Let's see. Big Father Chaos. Leo. Okay, I don't know that person. Some more. No. All right, y'all. Well, look. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. How you doing there?
Doing good. You want to battle?
Yeah, let's battle real quick. Where you from?
I'm from Texas. What about you?
I'm from New York City.
Oh, Miss Knockout. You know, I'm a little scared of that name.
Uh-oh. Well, my Miss Knockout is my music name. You know, I do music, but then I'm also a journalist. I went viral for covering the Diddy trial.
Oh, so you got the tea.
I got the tea. So right now we're doing hot topics, but my people is in here, and then I figure I just accept your, you know, sometimes I want to mix and mingle with the peoples in them. You know what I'm saying?
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she is a sweetheart. My people say she's a sweetheart. So I'm gonna make sure that I follow you. All right, everybody, let's drop. Everybody, let's tapify. Let's dropify. We're in a little battle. Well, what's your name? V. Okay, I'm gonna follow you, V. V is from Texas. V got that little Texas country swing to her. Go ahead, V.
This Knockout is a sweetheart, too.
Now, V, let me ask you. So you listen to music, right? You listen to like what's out now, whatever. Oh, hold on. Okay, now I can hear you. What you say?
I do.
You do. Okay, so now before we're getting into some hot topics, right? We're going to go back into it because we're going to listen to the man that starts with the T that we don't like to talk about, but we got to listen to it because we got to know where he is coming from to learn about the war. But back to this. So now I want to play something for you, right? And I want you to give me your opinion, right? Give me your opinion as to where you think. I want you, everybody, come on, everybody, tapify. Thank you so much, everybody. Everybody, tapify, everybody, share. Everybody, blessify Miss Knockout. We can't lose our nuggets now. We got 3 nuggets. So now I'm going to play this for V, right? So V, you know, she's more towards the YN sector. She listens to the radio, right? So I want you to tell me what you think about this song. All right. Well, hold on. I'm gonna tell you what it is afterwards. It's called Knockout Coming with the Heat. So that partially gives it away. Right. But I want to see what you think about this. Thank you, Red. Everybody, come on, let's win this battle.
A new follower.
Hold on. Thank you for the follow. Okay, hold on. That drowned it out. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, y'all gonna Knockout beat me? Where's my team at? Double tap the screen.
Okay, hold up, yo. We're gonna play it again because the follower knocked it off for Q. All right, hold on. Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
Damn.
Oh, every time I switch, it cuts it off. All right. Hold on, V. Give me 1 second. I got it now. So I'm working off of my my little tablet here, and every time I switch to another tab, it goes off. Okay, here it goes. Thank you, Andrea. Come on, everybody. I'm coming with the heat. I'm coming with the heat. Can't even hear that. I'm coming with the heat. I'm coming with the heat. Feel the heat. I'm just so with no complications. Forget the small and modifications. I got baby hits with the flames. You're coming out there and I'ma change the game. Thank you, Charlie. My lyrics are 4-5. Real life, keeping them.
And Hancock, the greatest low. Good morning.
Just burning up railways till I'm all there. Expensive. Hold on, y'all. Because that key's coming in. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, Kayla. I'm a with the deal. Now you're leasing your wheel. Now watch a real shit kick. What's really real? Don't put me in your mind. You are like a game, make a mind in his head. I promise myself when I'm still in the mood. I'ma kick the truth to the hip hop. Knock out, come with the heat. What's up, Hancock? We be in the street until the sunrise. We can get this started in the jam. Oh, baby. She got it, y'all. We got snap. I'm a soul. Take a step back and just watch the times. Young man, that's all the time. The conception of a rap chick redefined. Just step to the side, you're just rocking my shit. Watch it out, she's like you just doing what your brother tell you to do. I'm a leader. Very cool, heavy and new. I to do when I suppose you just wait for a minute. I'm a hitters at the game and that ain't even in my scrimmage. It ain't nothing but hip hop music. I'm a MC. Don't confuse it. Yeah. Knocked out, coming with the heat. Turn it up, with energy. All my homies in the whip and I'm outside. We'll be in the street until the sunrise. And we can get it started in the jam. I'm on the man. Here's a little something for the street. Go with the beat. You can't stand the heat. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. You can't stand the heat. Slow it down. Now, looking at my watch, it's about that time. Pop that bottle, cause it's right on time. Best bitch out there couldn't match my lines. I'm like Mozart. I'm a mastermind, and it's craft of mine. It's like a work of art. And if the beat's on fire, I'ma rip it apart. Chasing that Luciano, rolling with niggas whose last name is Marciano. Tricking 20 G's and grab pianos. Real aggressive, I attack her like a rebel. Cause I got you on the map. You chicks ain't on my level. Say the dirty beat, the coffee, you a flame till I put you. Got to kill the kids with great air. I stick and move and attack her like a beef. Eagle shaking like a leaf. Don't ever underestimate. Cause I'm the original. That can't be duplicated. Yeah. No cap. Yeah. Knock out. Yeah. Farmers Boulevard. Please get the money.
Yeah, that was fine. That's you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
You have a nice
You
day.
too, you too. Nice meeting you. Everybody follow V. Follow V.
Yes, follow Miss Knockout. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too. All right. See, I just wanted to get her opinion because somebody said something and I was like, huh? They called me an activist. And anyway, we'll go back to that. So listen, thank you, y'all. Thank you, y'all. She snipes. She sniped, y'all. But you kind of, you can look at somebody and tell if they're going to get the snipe. Look at her. She had somebody in there waiting to snipe. All right, y'all. So let's listen to the man that starts with a T. All right, let's listen to the man that starts with a T. And let's listen closely as he gives his pick on the war. We will discuss it. All right, we will discuss this. Hopefully, now, do y'all want to come up? And now, if I let y'all up though, you got to be careful what you say because the clock will label it as misinformation. So you got to word things a certain way, right? So I'm gonna find time because there's been a lot going on these last few weeks and even a month, I might say, right? But I want to start opening up the forum, right? I have some stuff going on this week that I gotta go. I got another appointment, but this afternoon, like about 2 this afternoon, I got another appointment, but it's already 11 o'clock, so we got plenty of time. All right, so hopefully I could bring y'all up and let y'all give your opinion before I get off. Not now, because we're playing the broadcast now. Okay, Hancock wants to come up and say something. Okay, what is Hancock going to come? Hancock want to come and show the ladies his face again. What's up, Hancock? I had to let you up here now. I didn't mean now. I meant afterwards. What's up?
No, I was getting ready to hang up.
Oh, you was going to hang up? You wanted to come up?
I don't know. I'm trying to open the camera so I can show my face, but it's not. The app is not letting me.
Is that a new account because you was bad in the comments again in the messages?
No, not bad, but
hey, Papa, thank you.
You know how they was doing shady stuff.
Okay.
At my last account, I had everything set up. I was already live streaming everything.
And then what happened? You was talking crazy in the comments and the message.
No, I got screwed over, but the sign that was trying to strike an old post at me. Remember the one I took down about?
Well, you got to take it down if they don't like it. So look,
but they still struck me though.
Yeah. Well, they do that sometimes. Got to be careful on here. They got a lot of things. So look, let me start this because I want to have enough time at the end to bring people up. All right. So we're gonna listen to the man that starts with a T, right? Okay. So we're gonna bring Hancock down. All right. So we're gonna bring the man up that starts with a T because I want you to watch this. We're not gonna play all of it because it's long. This is like 9 hours long. Well, it's not okay. 9 hours, but we're not going to
use the Robin Hood Act to make billionaires.
Yeah, I had a feeling she was going to snipe. She was a pretty girl, so
and Medicare.
Charlene, what you got the man face for, Charlene?
This message.
Charlene, what you got the man face for? Okay, we wait for the commercials. Charlene got the man face. Charlene.
Because it's inherently dishonest.
Okay, hold on.
It's turned out to be totally dishonest, so we're going to fight for it.
Let's start from the beginning. Hold on, we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to be fair. So we're going to let Mr. T say what it is and what it ain't and what it should be and what it shan't be. Okay, let's listen, y'all. Everybody share the live.
It doesn't matter because they're really in.
Everybody tapify.
To, as they say, fumes. They have no energy. They have no money. They're in deep trouble on a humanitarian basis. And we don't want to see that, but they were very, very bad to a lot of people, as you know, and a lot of people living the Cuban American vote, which I got at record levels. Very important. Those people are very important to me. I know what they went through. They went through hell. Some of them have gone on to be some of the most successful people in the country. Cuban American business people, some of them are like the most successful in the country. And a lot of them are friends of mine because I've been fighting this battle with them for a long time. The Castro regime was brutal, but they lived off Venezuela. Now they don't live off Venezuela. It sends them no energy, no fuel, no oil, no money, no nothing. They lived without Venezuela. They couldn't have made it. And we cut them off from everything else. So, they're going to make either a deal or we'll do it just as easy anyway. Yeah.
and they're not accepted.
Don't accept any responsibility.
Well, I haven't seen it. And
all right,
I will say
John.
that the Tomahawk, which is one of the most powerful weapons around, is used by, is sold and used by other countries, that. And whether it's Iran, who also
hold on,
yo,
they suspended my gifting for 10 minutes.
But whether it's Iran,
so we got to get him off of here.
Tomahawk is very generic. It's sold to other countries, but that's being investigated right now. Yeah, please.
Thank you. Mr. President, you've said the war is, quote, very complete, but your defense secretary says this is just the beginning. So which is it, and how long should Americans be prepared?
Well, I think you could say it both. The beginning, it's the beginning of building a new country, but they have no Navy, they have no Air Force, they have no anti-aircraft equipment. It's all been blown up. They have no radar, they have no telecommunications, and they have no leadership. It's all gone. So, you could look at that statement. We could call it a tremendous success right now as we leave here. I could call it, or we could go further, and we're going to go further. But the big risk on that war has been over for 3 days. We wiped them out in the first 2 days. When you think about it, it's incredible. We wiped out a big Navy, very powerful Navy. These were ships. These were serious ships. These were ships that you buy when you want to win battles. They're all on the bottom floor. The sailors are all running off the ships. They refuse to get on the ships.
They suspended my gifting for 10 minutes on some BS. See what happens when you play him? It's all problems.
25%, and they'll soon be down to nothing. We'll have where they manufacture the drones.
It's all problems
under fire as we speak. They're being hit. So the rest is going to be a determination as to my attitude, along with the people in the Trump
I believe
administration.
you read,
right? Thank you.
Right, some book.
Yep.
You mentioned your additional oil waivers or sanctions. Can you talk a little bit more about that and address in particular?
Well, we're looking to keep the oil prices down. We went artificially up because of this excursion into a very positive thing. I mean, this was an excursion that a lot of people wouldn't have done. I knew oil prices would go up if I did this, and they've gone up probably less than I thought they'd go up.
What?
But I don't think anybody thought we were going to be.
They went up less than you thought they'd go up.
A military success the likes of
okay, 10 minutes. We're going to show who's the boss in 10 minutes.
We have the best military.
Let's show them who's the boss. It's them.
I believe the best generals. We have the best. And with President Putin, he was very impressed with what he saw because
he is very
nobody's
impressed.
Ever seen anything quite like it.
Well, I hope he know that because he surely didn't say it.
Military country with all of the missiles. Now, you had the double attack. You had the original attack with us in Israel.
So when did Putin, and everything's all legend in Ms. Knockout's live, but when did Putin say he was impressed? When did he say that he was impressed? When? What the next thing is. When did he say that he was impressed? Because I must have missed that memo. Right.
Knocked them for a loop. Then you had the B-2 bombers, which took out their nuclear capability, and they would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks to 4 weeks. And they would have used it long before this press conference. And we might have had a much different press conference if we had a press conference at all. But it's been amazing. The military success that we've had is truly.
A soldier can sign any piece of legislation until the Save America Act is passed. Does that include the confirmation of Senator Mullen as your next DA?
In order to get it, you're going to need Democrat votes. And what we're saying is the Save America, not the SAVE Act, which nobody knew what it was. The Save America, the Save America Act. And that's voter ID. We want voter ID. When a voter, we want to be able to see a picture of the voter. We want to be able to see that the voter is legit. Importantly,
don't send that to him.
That this voter.
The record, don't send nothing with you. Never send nothing to him. I seen him in my inbox one time. I blocked, deleted, kick, boot, block, deleted, kick, boot, block, delete, kick, boot, block, delete, kick, boot. Don't send nothing. Oh no, especially your voters' information. You be a Democrat, all of a sudden you a Republican.
Of the United States scams, disabled, and for people that are away, business trips or whatever. Even vacations will be we've added to notification of our children. We don't want it's mutilization of our children. And we don't want that. So we added those two things. That's the 5 points. We have 5 very
mutilization of our children.
Think of that. The overall vote is 86, and the only one opposed to it is a Democrat leadership because they cheat. They want to cheat. So we added those 2 points. Now, certain things will happen. Certain things will take place. I'm here to do a great job for the country. But we don't have a country, if we're going to have elections that are so corrupt and so dishonest like we've witnessed over the last period of time. You know, as an example, France went away from.
Why do you think he's talking about voting?
And Jimmy Carter, when he had a commission, frankly, I think it's probably the best thing Jimmy Carter did. He said, you can't have mail-in voting.
Why do you think?
Because it's inherent.
Why do you think he's talking about voting in the middle of, we want to learn about what's going on with the war? Why do you think he's talking about voting? Because voting's coming up. And I'm not going to say the rest. Read between the lines. Because, you know, the clock be acting crazy. But the V word is coming up. And their wheels are turnificationizing. Their wheels are turning. Don't mail your stuff in. Go into the voting ballots. Don't mail it. Sometimes we get junk mail in the mail, right? What do? We throw them in the garbage. Why is you talking about voting, sir? Why are you convincing people to mail their votes in? Don't mail your vote in. Go in there and vote. Don't send it in. Don't do it. You encouraging mailing in votes.
Dishonest. And it's turned out to be totally dishonest. So we're going to fight for it.
Dishonest, he said.
Iran activated any sleeper cells inside the U.S. There's reports.
That's right. Get back to the war.
We've been trying for a long time. We've been very much on top of it. One of the things we have to do is get the Democrats to look into that. Schumer and the Democrats have shut it down, which tells you they probably hated our country a lot. But the Democrats have to open that up. But we've different period, but we have them under. We've got them. We're watching every single one of them. Yeah, we know a lot about them. The biggest problem we have is the Democrat shutdown. We know a lot about them, but we think it's going to lead to just more of the same problem for the country. So I was disappointed to see their choice.
Thank you, sir.
You've said you have someone in mind to be the new Iranian leadership, if not the Ayatollah's son. Just said that their leadership.
The idea of internal and eternal.
We're listening
to think of it.
The
but I like the idea of internal because works.
Trying to learn more.
Well, I mean, I think we've proven that. Delcy,
thank you so much, Terrence, for the heart.
President of the country, very respected, she's doing a great. As you remember, Iraq, everybody got fired. The military got fired. The police got fired. The politicians got fired. There was nobody. And you know what they turned into? ISIS. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So I would like to see people that are inside go. Now they talk about the son of the Shah. They talk about other people, but hasn't been there in many, many years.
Yeah, many people think that.
We have a formula that's been very good so far, and I think it'll continue to be good. The relationship is extraordinary with Venezuela, smart country. And we've taken out
Do you believe that his relationship with Venezuela is peaches and cream, y'all? Who believes that? I don't believe no relationship with Venezuela is peach and cream. Even though that man is in jailification, hell no. China said hell no.
100 million barrels of oil right now.
China answered the question for me. She said hell no.
Being taken care of and made so beautiful. And you have to see this at work. They have it's brought to the refineries. It's being refined in Houston, which is made exactly for that product. And so far, but it's 100 million barrels of oil, and now they have another 100 million barrels coming. And it's like a
so we
getting along so well with them.
Right.
It's great for Venezuela and it's great for the United States. Yeah, please go ahead.
So she just got finished asking him a question about the war. So how did that answer turn into talking about oil? Because he is fixated on that oil. Iran got 200 billions of barrels of oil. Venezuela got oil. Oil. But you're like oil and vinegar. So how is this all going to work out? Let's keep watching.
Mr. President, you just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands and bombed its own elementary school on the first day of the war. But you're the only person in your government saying this. Even your defense secretary wouldn't say that when he was asked, standing over your shoulder on your plane on Saturday. Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's something that I was told is under investigation. But tomahawks are used by others, as you know. Numerous other nations have tomahawks. They buy them from us. But I will certainly, whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with that report. Yeah, please.
You said earlier that we've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough. What do you consider enough? What's your baseline?
Where they're not going to be starting the following day to develop a nuclear weapon. Where they'll look at that man and some other people from the administration and say, all right, we're not going to do it. They were not willing to say that. And when Steve called up and he said that to me, I said, well, here we go.
So that's the word that scares me. That's the word that of it is the thing that we need to be very afraid and very prepared for. Right? Because if they ever have something that can reach us, a lot of people are going to be in trouble. Now, they all of them, they got fallout shelters. They got bunkers. They got $1 million bunkers. They're going to be all right. It's once again, who's looking out for the working class? How come you didn't build us bunkers? Who's going to look out for me and you? Because they're going to be nice and cushiony in their bunkeration. And we're going to be out here fending for ourselves after they caused all this havoc. And this is why I say that we need to forget about that blue stuff and forget about that red stuff, and we all better stick together now. Now, if I was you and I get some extra money, you better think ahead. You need to be thinking light years ahead, even to the point if you say in your mind that I got to go on Amazon and I'm going to order me a gas mask. I've thought about it. Who else has thought about going to Amazon and getting a gas mask? Who's thought about it? Who's thought about that? See, Blackberry said, yeah. And listen, you're not wrong in thinking so. You need to think ahead. Because we have something that happens, and you do need to get a gas mask to survive longer. Guess what? All the gas masks are going to be gone by the time you do that. You prepare for war in the time of peace, even though we really don't have peace. But you want to prepare for war in the time of peace, meaning that get a gas mask while they still got stuff available. If you wait till everybody's in a panic and a frenzy, and then you say, oh my gosh, I got to get a gas mask. Now, Blackberry's going to have one. I'm going to have one. But where is yours? You don't have a gas mask because you waited. Now, unfortunately, we got to think ahead like that. Unfortunately, we got to think about stuff that we don't want to think about, but we have to survive. All right? Now, let's listen. Everybody coming on in, we listening to Mr. T answer a question about the war, but he's going into all kinds of other stuff. Oil, this, that,
the hard way.
Voting,
but the hard way, I think,
slips
is probably the easy way. When basic capacity whatsoever for a very long period of time of developing weaponry that could be used against the United States, Israel, or any of our allies. We have great allies in the Middle East, great countries that are allies. And they were staying out of it until they got hit. Someday they'll have to do a story. Why did he do that? Why did they do that? But they were going to hit them. If I didn't hit them first, they were going to hit our allies first. I believe,
thank you so much, Star. Thank you.
Upon information and belief, but I believe that he was going to, they were going to take over the Middle East. They were looking to take over the Middle East. Now, had Operation Midnight Hammer not taken place, that was definite, because they would have had a nuclear weapon within a matter of weeks. But that took place. That was a setback. But look at the number of missiles they were able to buy and make over the last 6 months. And those missiles were aimed at various countries. And when you look at over 1,000 missiles shot at like UAE, they were looking to take over the Middle East. We got there first. Lucky. I'll tell you what, the Middle East and those countries, very rich countries, are very lucky that I was president instead of somebody else.
Do you see what he said?
U.S. action.
He said we got there first. So he said the other countries was looking to take over the Middle East, but we got there first. Meaning what? Allegedly. Meaning that we were looking to take over stuff too. We acted quicker. Is that what he's not saying? Let's listen.
In Iran.
I don't think so, no. Being philosophically a little bit different than me. I think he was maybe less enthusiastic about going, but he was quite enthusiastic. If we didn't do Marco and Pete and everybody was involved, I felt that they were looking to tap us along before they hit, and I thought they were going to hit. And if they hit us first, that would have been a very bad thing. In the back, please, in the back.
in the it's a little work going on. It's a little commercial. We're gonna get right back to it.
Upgrade your laptop instantly without
We're gonna
paying
get right back to it. So you know, this is why I wanted to play this, because he's gonna
if
tell
you're a
us
mom, then you know just how expensive
a
it is
lot
to
of
feed a
things
house
that
full of
we
kids.
need to
I mean,
piece
I have an
together
entirely different budget
going
category
forward,
dedicated just to the amount
watching
of money
this
I
whole
spend on
thing
food snacks.
transpire.
And sometimes the grocery budget just can't keep up with my kids'
We
crazy
need to
appetites.
like know
Luckily,
all this
if
stuff.
you take just
We
2
need to
minutes
know
to
how
sign
he's
up,
thinking.
you can get spotted up to $200
in case
through
we gotta
time
run
without
in the
having to worry
street
about
like
any
wild
overdraft
banshee.
fees. So now I can treat my kids to their favorite
Because
snack
he done went
stress-free.
down the
So
road
now
and
I can
messed
treat
with
my
those
kids to a
people.
couple packs
Everybody
of
come
berries.
on in. We're
Apply
listening
now
to
and you'll thank me later.
Mr. T get questions asked about the war. All right, so we're curious. We want to know how he's thinking, what he's talking about. He's going back to the votation ballots and the oil every 5 seconds. But we're going to get through it. All right, so let's listen.
About the strait, you mean? Yeah, well, I want to keep it open. I want to keep it good. And other countries.
We're really helping China.
Because they get a lot of their energy from the straits. But, hey, look, we have a good relationship with China. It's my honor to do it. Yeah.
What's up, Wayne?
Leader, you have
Wayne,
called
are
him
you still
an
there? Hey,
unacceptable choice. So does he have a target on his back? And how can you
I don't want to say whether or not he does, because that would be inappropriate. But, hey, look, I had a target on my back because, as you people wrote pretty well, they caught the assassin that was after me. So we just got them first, but they caught the assassin. They have him now in custody that was after me. So, you know, but people don't like to mention that, but they did catch him. And I'd like to congratulate on that, but they did. Yeah, please. Go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. And you promised the Iranian people you would help them, but it sounds like you're willing to end this fight after your military. Isn't that a betrayal of
Will
the
I
people?
help them? I'd like to, if they can behave.
He is glazed over.
But they've been very menacing. You know, they're great
She
people.
didn't ask you that, sir.
They have an amazing
She didn't ask
population. It's amazing, smart, brilliant, energetic. They have a great. I'd love to help them, but they have to be in a system that allows them to be helped. And right now, they're in a system that only allows failure, and I don't want that. And I want a system that's not going to be attacking us. We want a system that can lead to many years of peace. And if we can't have that, we might as well get it over with right now. Yeah, please.
President, as of today, there have been 8 U.S. military fatalities on how many American deaths are you willing to have in this war?
Well, when you have conflict, it's been a very big 2 days, I have to say.
They took off the gift and suspension,
We'll
y'all.
be heading back to
don't know why
Washington,
they
D.C.
suspended
right
my
after
gift.
this.
But they took it off,
And
y'all.
I'd like to wish everyone a very good evening. And over the weekend, the United States military and the Israeli Defense Forces continued Operation Epic Fury very successfully. Over the past 9 days, we've carried out some of the most powerful and complex military strikes and maneuvers the world has ever seen. Now, you add that up to all of the other things, Midnight Hammer, getting rid of the nuclear threat from Iran, which was a big moment in history, in my opinion, and the great success we've had in Venezuela and all other places. Every place we've gone, we've had tremendous success. But while we're doing all of these things, we're achieving major strides toward completing our military objective. And some people could say they're pretty well complete. We've wiped every single force in Iran out very completely. Most of Iran's naval power has been sunk. It's on the bottom of the sea. It's almost 50 ships. I just notified it's 51 ships. I didn't know they had that many. Didn't last very long. And these are fighting vessels. They're meant to fight, but they're not meant to fight against us. We continue to target Iran's drone and missile capabilities. Their drones are way down. Their drone manufacturing's been hit starting today. We know all of the places they manufacture the drones, and they're being hit one after another. Their missile capability is down to about 10%, maybe less. We're also hitting where they make missiles and where they deliver missiles. We've struck over 5,000 targets to date, some of them very major targets. We've left some of the most important targets for later in case we need to do it. If we hit them, it's going to take many.
Who believes him when he's saying that we won the war? Who believes that? Put a yes or no in the comments. I don't know, sir. I don't know about that.
Years for them to be rebuilt.
I mean, we're not losing, but
having to do with
they giving you a
production and many other things. So we're not looking to do that if we don't have to. But the kind of things that are very easy to hit, but very devastating if they are hit. We could take them all out in one day. But it's all resulting in Iranian missile launchers and 83% drop in drone launchers. As you know, the drone launchers are pretty well shot, but we're at over 90% decline in the Iranian missile launchers, which is very hard to reproduce and very hard to get. And usually what we were able to through great equipment, a lot of smart people. As soon as they sent a missile up from a launcher, we were able to knock out that launcher within a period of 5 minutes or less.
See what he said?
Accurately, right on the noggin. So now we have low-cost intercept.
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. As soon as any kind of boat, missile, anything appears coming towards us by sea, before it even gets here, they're going to knock it on out. And that's why they can't get to us like that. They're going to get to us in other ways, and we got to be on the lookout for it.
Okay. Here's effectively combating Iranian drones, bombs to destroy missile launchers all over Iran and buried deep under Iranian soil in many cases base that the regime uses to build drones and missiles at a rate that nobody thought was possible. We're knocking them out. We know where they all are. We're knocking them out very quickly. We're ahead of our initial timeline by a lot. I would say that we probably would not have thought after a month we'd be here. In addition to the fact
we heard enough about you, Mr. T. So now we want to go to the update. All right, let's go to this other update that we had a little while ago, because he's just going to be reading all gibberish, and you know, and then we're going to be like, ooh, and it's like, I wanted to give y'all an idea, but I didn't want to stick with him, because he's the reason why we're getting all these, you know, not really violations, but on the bottom it says share responsibly or share responsibly online. Better tell him, okay, clock. Tell him to get his sources right. All right, so let's go to more updates. We're gonna take it to another angle. We heard him talk, blah blah blah. You know, hearing him talk actually rock a sleep. If you see my thumbnail, you could put him and you could go right back. Some other stuff, y'all. Everybody keep tappifying, keep sharifying. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Okay. So let's listen long, because that's when all right, so let's get with some other stuff, y'all. Hold on, let's switch it up. Let's switch it up. Everybody come on in. Everybody tap a fly. Everybody share a fly. Welcome on in. All right, so let's we got to get in this. The most reliable. Let's take it here.
Got a pile of clothes you never wear anymore? Mr. Item. Easy. Once it sells, the buyer covers shipping. And with
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lindsay Davis. Thanks so much for streaming with us. This is War with Iran. Tonight, Iran has rejected President Trump's 15-point plan calling for an end to the war. Instead, the regime signaled that Iran has no plans to negotiate to end the war. Saying, folks, it will end the war when it's to demand ceasefire. Frustrated
15-point plan to end the war, insisting no negotiations are taking place, despite what the president says.
They want to make a deal so badly.
But Iran's foreign minister today declaring there are no negotiations with the enemy. Iran sarcastically asking if Americans were negotiating with yourselves. Despite the clashing claims, sources tell us the two sides are trading messages, using Pakistan as a go-between. Up to 15 troops from the Army's 82nd Airborne Division now on the way. The president has not ruled out putting boots on the ground. Tonight, even some top Republicans sounding concerned.
My hope is that we do not have.
Remember I told you that? Remember I told you even the Republicans are up in arms now? Everybody got their limit on how far they'll go with the effery. So look what now this is a Republican talking. This is a Republican talking. Let's listen.
Do not have boots on.
Proof of how the president is handling Iran. 59% disapprove. Gas prices up $1. The average gallon or even higher in some parts of the country. The rising cost of fuel now cost initially expected first time ever. The U.S. Postal Service is preparing to roll out %. For voters, it's all adding up. That new poll showing only 38% approve of how the president is handling the economy.
Wow.
Another reason.
See?
Rachel Scott joins now from the White House, and Rachel was over the House and
does not blockers. Republicans committee telling reporters we want to know more about what's going on, considered, saying we are just not getting enough answers to those questions, Lindsay.
Rachel Scott for us. Thanks so much, Rachel. And joining us now to discuss this further is Ambassador David Hale, who was an Undersecretary of State for President Biden, and before that served as an ambassador to Lebanon and Jordan. Ambassador Hale, so good to have you join us. Thank you for that. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper said today the U.S. is on a path to completely eliminate Iran's wider military manufacturing apparatus. In your estimation, does that make the world safer, or is there a way for Iran to easily ramp up production of or access to missiles and drones?
Well, I've been a diplomat for 38 years, going all the way back to the first Reagan administration, and watched one president after the other try to deal with the menace of Iran, and none of the strategies actually succeeded. The 15-point plan that has come out addresses the concerns that many presidents have had about Iranian behavior. We will now see whether this kind of military pressure will actually change behavior or not. But I do think the regime understands the language of force, not diplomacy.
Yeah, Ambassador, as we heard in Rachel Scott's reporting there, lawmakers today received a classified briefing from the Pentagon, and even Republicans expressed frustrations at not getting enough information. What would you say are the larger implications of the Pentagon not sharing with Congress or the general public America's military objectives in Iran?
Well, we have, of course, a system that does, we're a democracy. There's a tension always in a democracy at moments like this. Goals, objectives, and activities in terms of the military and foreign policy. But on the other hand, not sharing so much data publicly that our adversary is able to exploit it and harm American citizens, soldiers. So every Congress based career, I'm not. But opinion, there ultimately will have to some kind of.
Talks with Iran have been productive. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, perhaps not as optimistic. Are there risks to the U.S. and Israel not being on the same page?
Right. I mean, at moments like this, it's natural that two close allies may have slightly different perspectives, and we have to work them out. Obviously, America has the greater force than Israel, but Israel's right there on the battlefront. The real issue for Israel, and I think our Arab allies, seen presidents in the past do half-hearted, half measures against Iran, and they're left to deal with the consequences of only a battered but not defeated Iran. So I think what they're looking for is assurances that we're actually going to succeed and stay in the game, because even after the conflict is over, continued military pressure and diplomatic and political and economic pressure is going to be required if we want Iran to conform to anything we actually end up with agreeing with them.
In a war's earliest days, Trump and Netanyahu spoke directly to the Iranian people, telling them rise up and basically take control of the government. Are we any closer to that possibility today?
Well, I think it was a little unrealistic to expect that we would be able to micromanage some kind of regime change or behavior by the people there. This is a regime that has used the most despotic, oppressive measures to intimidate, murder their own people. And so the Iranians necessarily are in a self-preservation mode, survival mode. But if we are able to demonstrate that Iran is not 10 feet tall, and if our military action not only degrades their ability to threaten their neighbors, but also their ability to intimidate their citizenry, we may see over time, not in the short run, but over time, evolutionary change in Iran.
Ambassador David Hale, so appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's what it is. So we're just going to give my account of, we're going to go over my notes about the update on the war. I just wanted to show a couple of things, all right? But now we're going to show my notes on what the war is, and then we're going to move on to certain other hot topics, right? So, you know, the war is no longer being framed as a mere standoff or a proxy flare-up. The both are describing the ongoing war involving Iran, the United States, and Israel is involved, with the current phase traced in those reports to the U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran on February 28th, 2026. Since then, the conflict has been widened beyond direct strikes into a broader regional and economic crisis, touching down on Lebanon and the Gulf, shipping and the oil markets, and diplomacy across multiple countries. So all this is doing is holding up our shipments, our oil, and the stuff that we need to get by on a daily basis. We need to travel. We need to have decent prices for our gas to get there. And this is all making it harder for us, right? And the latest move on March 2026 is that there are signs of diplomacy, but no confirmed breakthrough. President T publicly urged Iran to move quickly on a ceasefire proposal. But remember, Iran said we'll get ready to do one when we feel like it. That's what Iran said. Didn't they say that? Iran said we'll do one when we feel like it, sir. You want a warfication? You got it. Don't you talk to us about no ceasefire now. You started this, sir, didn't you? So we'll simmer down when we ready to simmer down. Until then, it's on and popping, sir. That's what Iran is saying. Right? That's what Iran is saying, right? So the White to the House here on March 25th, the man that starts with a T said that he is prepared to hit Iran harder if Tehran doesn't accept what Washington describes as its defeat. Iran said, we ain't accepting no defeat from you. Who is you? That's what Iran is saying. And that is a very sharp signal. Even while the ceasefire talks is floating around, the U.S. is also threatening to escalate further. All right? They're threatening to escalate further. Iran, for its part, is not presenting itself as surrendering. AP report, the people are reporting that Tehran has hardened its stance and is trying to leverage over Hormuz as a bargaining tool. Now, Iran has reportedly tightened maritime control there, and it's effectively turned the strait into kind of a selective checkpoint or a tool booth, like a toll booth for some shipping. That has been transforming the war from a regional military story into a global energy and inflation story. So the Strait of Hormuz issue one more important part of the whole war, and it's roughly fifth of the world's oil and gas flows that is lined through that corridor. So any real disruption sends shockwaves worldwide. So being that he's doing this warfication, he's disrupting the flow of oil and other things, not only us, but other country needs to get them smoothly. He's ruining it for everybody. Okay? Going down there messing with those people. Hey, Kalila, hey. We're on the tail end of talking about what Mr. T and the war is giving. Then we're going to move on to more hot topics. But we're just going over my notes. Okay, so on the market side, it shows that Brent crude jumping from 106 on March 25th, and on March 26th, it cited oil is rising again. With the continuing market swings tied to whether investors think a ceasefire is real or just talk. Stock markets have been jerking around with every hint of diplomacy and renewed fighting. The message there is simple. Wall Street does not think that this conflict and crisis is contained. So the market is fluctuating because they don't know if it's going to be a ceasefire and the oil is going to flow again. They don't know if the man that starts with the T is going to keep disrupting everybody's oil and stuff that they need for the country to run. Right? So one of the clearest signs that this is a regional war is not just Iran duel is with Lebanon. It's reported that on March 25th, Iran wants Lebanon to be included in any ceasefires, meaning that Tehran is tying its own negotiations to Israeli operations against Hezbollah. And this is huge because it shows Iran is not only treating this only about its own territory, it's trying to negotiate for its broader regional alliance network too. Right? Thank you so much, Kalila, for the heart me. Thank you. So they're thinking about everybody, Iran. So, they're not just these mean people who's like the Taliban and like to terrorize people. They have a brain in their head and they have resources. That thing that starts with a T, believe me, he trying to think long and hard how to get his hands on that oil. Don't think he ain't. Right? So that's about the gist of it. Let's see. So I don't like to talk about the the N-word, the nuclear stuff. That stuff is scary to me. Now you're messing with innocent people's lives. You know what I'm saying? So let's go into some more top stories today. Everybody keep tappifying, keep sharifying. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we were talking about the war, but we're going to move into some lighter stuff. So how's everybody doing? Everybody cool today? The other day we played an interview with Jay-Z. It was pretty, all right? Teresa Randall is the one who played in, what she played, which movie she played in? Okay, we're about to see now. So we're going to put a picture. I'm going to put a picture up wide, but on the tick to the Clizzock, I got to tell you who she is. So she was on in Bad Boy, the Bad Boys with Air Boys with with Martin and with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. She was the first wife in Bad Boy. Now they switched it. They switched it because now she's not included in the movie. She's not included in the movie, y'all. Right? They showed her outside doing questionable things, almost like a Sia would do, but her peoples in them said that, she got a little bit of mental things going on. It happens. Sometimes the mindset, okay, it goes into some things. But let's talk about Dandy for a little bit, because Dandy been using her handsies. Okay, so Dandy beatifying on her husband. Okay, and wow. So Dandy, who was in the Bad Boy Transflies, whose wife was she playing, y'all? Whose wife was she playing? She was playing one of their wife. I don't know if it was Will or Martin. And she was playing one, and they took over, replaced her. All right. She's involved in a violence. Hey, dude, what's up with you, dude? Hey, everybody, come on in. Come get some of these hot topics. And here is some distressing news regarding one of our favorite 90s leading ladies. Says talk. So she played Martin's wife, and they replaced her. So she's facing some serious life drama that doesn't involve Will Smith or Martin or the show, but it's real life with her husband. All right, now here she is. All right, she's going through some things, and she allegedly she was with Father MC. Oh, Timothy. Oh, you in danger, Timothy. So she was with Father MC. I never knew that. Okay, let me see if I can pull up a YouTube video about him. Let's see. So he must have let that happen because he knew. He knew man fights back, right? Then the man is at fault, even though if the women started hitting him first. Once he hits her back, right? So I understand what Father MC did. He didn't want to get in trouble with the women, right? So he didn't, he didn't fight her back. Wow, so with Father, you all there? Wow, that's not it's a little bit crazy. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to pull up the YouTube, y'all. I'm trying to get to the YouTube. My computer's a little slow. It's a little bit slow. We're trying to get to the YouTube, see if we could bring something up. But wow, you went out like that, girl. Yeah, the situation popped up. Let's read. Let's go down here. And they received a call 2 days later reporting that she had returned to the property and was allegedly violating the restraining order. So I'm California strict laws. So she's with Father. So that's Father MC right there. Yeah. Ooh, dandy. Wow, I wonder is he gonna press charge? And she Father MC. I want to know because why is she outside like that, sitting around like she had a barbecue? Okay, here goes the video. Okay, let's watch the video. Hold on. He's arrested. Okay, that's 30 minutes. Okay, so this one, okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see if this one is good. Okay, let's show it. You want to check it on out? Because this is very disturbing, right? This is very disturbing that Dandy is in there. Father MC, I didn't even realize that. So Father married to her. So let's watch.
Hey y'all. So Teresa Paul's on her significant other. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about this. And yes, I will put this channel together. And I am gonna go live this weekend on this channel. Because I need to, for the people that has been sticking by me, I haven't been on here, but I'm about to be, okay, y'all. I am about to be back over here again, doing my thing. So Teresa Randall got arrested again this month, y'all. Early in the month, she got arrested again.
Wow.
It's crazy on so many levels. To another, y'all in the movie Bad Boys. Is she a bad girl? Level. That's why they put it in the Bad Boys movie. Because she stayed in some shitica. And another thing that I don't understand about her, she's a good actor. Why did she retire so early? Why? That's another thing I'm wondering about her. Why did she retire? Is she getting ways for y'all? Is she smoking her kneecaps or doing something that she shouldn't be doing? I just think like she just arrested again for the. This is why you have to get away from people. I say this all the time. You have to get away from people that will take you off of your mental. Okay, if people are getting under his hurt, somebody she living with, I don't know, but
it's Father MC.
Eventually, something is going to happen bad. She's not nip it.
Oh, that's true.
If you and this person is not getting along, it really don't make sense to end up going to jail, somebody getting hurt, or you getting hurt. It don't make sense they're telling us, y'all. Okay? So reports are coming out now that once again, the retired actress best known for her roles in Bad Boys and Malcolm X, y'all remember her in Malcolm X, has been arrested again. This is what TMZ is reporting, y'all.
Wow.
According to online records, Randall was booked on March the 1st.
Okay.
Felony summary. So somebody that's living with her. Yeah, this is what's going on.
Wow.
And they're not saying a husband or whatever. So maybe the spouse is, I don't even think she's married. It appears that she was released 2 days later with cops citing insufficient evidence as the reason they let her go. Yeah, they ain't gonna keep on giving her a pass. If you ain't getting along with somebody and you done this twice, and I don't know if this is the same person that she's not getting along with, but it's something clearly wrong with this picture, y'all. It's something really bad going on right here. If you are having this much problem, and that it's so easy. You get she's so busy, and people will get in. You know, people will try to attach themselves, start some shit up, especially if they ain't happy themselves. Okay, y'all. They love to keep some shit up going, like they news soap opera or something. Yeah, you have to get away from people like that. Really do, y'all. You have to away from mess.
Well, I don't know.
Let me go back. I thought I had it on the thing.
All right, we're gonna have to cut
She was that
girl. Let's get.
Wait, the sheets.
Okay, let's skip.
Don't know. Okay. So court records don't have to run into legal trouble. And can't remember, we told you about her October. Okay. Law enforcement sources told us at the time cops were called to an LA area home for an alleged assault and took a report. But Randall was already gone. Y'all remember I did the story. I talked about this. She left the building. Oh, somebody called the police on her. She bounced, okay? She was already gone by the time they got there.
Oh, wow.
They told everybody that they received another call 2 days later, reporting a possible uncooperative during her booking in October 2024. The district attorney ended up rejecting the case a few days later. And they reached out to Randall about the arrest, and so far there's no word back. No word back to her about whatever is going on with her. Which I think it is.
I don't know. She's a good actor, man.
She's in a couple of movies. Everything that she's played in, I like. I just feel like she's a really good actor.
She say the same thing over and over again that we already know. I think she is a great actor, right? I think that we all are still human. We all have it in our head. And sometimes that brain could snap and go the other way. Sometimes your brain can snap and some could click. And it might, because these actors are actors, but they still human. What's up? Hey, David, what's up with you? What's up? Hancock talking about he missing Kalila. Kalila been here every day. We talked about the Bill Cosby case where the woman got millions of dollars from him, in a case. And it's another thing where this actor is a great actor, but weird stuff, and invite people over and do different things to them and figured that they wasn't going to tell, but they told. You know what I'm saying? Figuring that, oh, this person ain't going to tell. And then they, right? Hold on, y'all. Pulling up the rest of my notes. Hold on, y'all. So, she's human. Her mind snap. She's going her own way in life. And it's I'm a girl. But the mind just said, and it went the other way. Now you see that at the gas station, and look at Charlie Wilson, the singer. Great singer, singing the Gap Band, all these beautiful songs, and the mindset. And all of a sudden, Snoop Doggy Dogg seeing him, and he's smokifying the sea in the gas station. He's good now, but it's your other mind, and just go back. People are human. So the airplane fiasco is still going on. My friend says she got home fine, so that might be easing up. All right, the Rihanna incident is still going. The girl was supposed to have another court case on March 25th. What happened with that court case? I wonder what happened with the court case. See, what happened with the court case for the Rihanna shooter? Let me see. Y'all. So what happened with the shooter? She was supposed to appear in court on the 25th. So we want to see if anything happened with the shoot with the Rihanna suspect. Right? Let's see. So we want to know. Rihanna's 25th hearing. Okay, let's see. So she pleaded not guilty. Okay, so on March 20th, Ortiz, 5-year Florida woman, pleaded not guilty to attempted unalivement and other charges for allegedly firing over, I thought it was 10, but now they're saying it's 20 punifications at Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's Beverly Hill homes, and she remains in custody. The bail is high, and the prosecutors deem her a flight risk, so they didn't give her a low bail. All right, so then they lowered the bail a little bit, then they made it up higher. They considered her a flight risk, and she pleads not guilty. Let's see if there's any footage online. Let's see. Yeah, so let's see. Is this YouTube? So she pleaded not guilty. She pleaded not. All right, let's see. Let's see if a commercial. All right, so let's see if we could get with this report. So she pleaded not guilty in court. Okay, let's stop real quick. Let's go over this because she's making a court appearances. I'm gonna see if I can find the actual court appearance. We gotta look at that. I don't have it right now, but I will find it. All right. So let's look at this.
I'm here at the courthouse in downtown LA where Ivana Lisette Ortiz has been charged with attempted murder and several other felonies. Legal expert Dina Dahl joins me now. You were actually in the courtroom today. Not a lot of people were allowed in there. What went down?
A plea of not guilty is entered.
Miss Ortiz pled not guilty to all 14 counts, including attempted murder. Her attorney also asked for a reduction in her $1.875 million bond, saying she was unable to pay it. But the prosecutor, she shot 20 rounds from an AR-15. They also said because she's a Florida resident, she's a flight risk. The judge agreed and did not reduce her bail. We did see her. She came in yellow prison suit. She sat down. She conferred with her attorney. She was quiet. The only time we heard her speak was when she waived her right to a speedy preliminary hearing.
So what does this mean next for this case?
We have the preliminary hearing, which is essentially a mini trial. The defense will get a sneak peek at what the prosecution case has or doesn't have against their client.
Is that hearing something that we might expect to see Rihanna or her family attend?
We may not see her at the preliminary hearing because the threshold is much lower than an actual trial, but we made various, and we often will see victims either testify to show
So
the
Rihanna
impact
might
of
be
the
at
crime
the
against them,
trial.
or in the galley
We'll
to
see.
show the jury how important this case is.
Thank you so much, Dina, for all that insight. Now Ortiz's next court appearance will be for another hearing on April. Be watching.
All right. So that's our next hearing. So this girl, she's gonna get some time, I believe. I believe she's gonna get some time. I'm telling you, that girl is gonna get some time, and she's gonna learn her lesson, whether she got problems in her head or not. She is gonna learn her lesson. All right. So let's go into now. Let's talk a little bit about Candy and Todd are making their way close to coming to the end of this settle their case of their split. They settle custody, right? So Candy Burris and Todd Tucker has finalized their divorce, reaching an agreement that outlines how they'll move forward as co-parents. All right. According to a court document that was signed on March 21st or 24th, the former couple will share joint legal, physical custody of their kids. I kind of figured it was going to go like that. So they're figuring they're sharing the custody. They'll have different times divided. I mean, that's fair. You know, he was a good father. You can't take that away from him. He was present, in his kids' life. Of course, because he lived with them. But, you can't take that away from him. Right? Yeah. Thank you so much, Cindy. Everybody, you saying hi to everybody. The street said that she has to pay $400K. Oh, really? Oh, she might have to pay restitution. And she might have to pay for damages. At Rihanna's house, she might have to pay for damages, y'all. She might have to pay for damages. So that might be true. She might have to pay for damages. So look, y'all, I have to run. I have another meeting in about an hour. I got to go get ready for said meeting. I do want to kind of come back today, but I do got to go to a meeting, and I got some errands. If I get back at a decent time, I'll come back on today because I do want to get on earlier. I want to get on at least 7 o'clock in the morning and go straight through for the day. But what's breaking it up today is I have an appointment and an important meeting to go to at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to try to come back on. I will try to come back on. Don't quote me. I no promise, but I will try to make it back on this evening after I get some stuff out of the way. All right. In the meantime, you can watch the playback on the Y to the TZ, in which I keep forgetting to end it, right, Mississippi? I end the click to the Clizock, right? Then I go on about my business. And then Mississippi's like, don't forget to end your YouTube. And I mean, I had just caught it, but I did catch it a little after the fact. I did catch it a little after the fact. Okay, see you later. So you can watch the playback on my U to the Tubesy. It's in my link tree. You can watch it on the Face to the Booksies, the XEXEX, and the Twitch. Follow me on all platformification. What's up, Radio Remixes? Oh, it's Wayne. Hey, all right. So I'm going to go and handle my meetings and stuff, and I'm going to try to come back with some more hot topics and some more news. Don't forget to spin my song. The song is doing great. We had one review that was questionable, but so what? That's their opinion, right? We got to let everybody have their opinion. That's their opinion. You know, it wasn't bad. It was just like, it was like a mix-up, like an activist. What? Oh, no, I don't want to be that. I deleted all those posts on my Instagram. Nah, I'm not an activist. But we will be back. All right. I will try to come back. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to try to come back sometime this afternoon and this evening. All right. I'm going to try to come back. Got to go to a meeting and I got a couple of things to do. All right. But we shall return. I will see y'all later. Thank you for joining in with the Miss Knockout Show. And if you're new, make sure you subscribeify. Make sure you follow me and make sure you hit the likes up button on the Y to the Tubesy so we can go out there. All right. See you later. All right, y'all. And I didn't forget today. I will see y'all in a little bit.
It's the Miss Knockout Show on the airwaves. So like, if I, share if I, bless if I, the flow. It's the Miss Knockout Show. Now you already know. Hot topics, music, info, and more. If you ain't tapped in, what you came here for? MKO got the vibe, that's a full takeover. From beast to biz talk, yeah, the queen stay in clover. Trending every lane, I'm the glow you can't block. When I drop gems, whole chat goes shock. We don't do brokeify, now we amplify. Stay blessed if I let the energy fly. Hit that tap if I keep it all in the flow. Cause it's the Miss Knockout Show. Knockout Show. Hot topics, beats and the glow. You rockin' with Miss Knockout. Let's go. Let's fight, let's fight.